come up to the front? Okay. We can ask, somebody can grab Maurice after they come in. Jabril, let us know when you're ready.
And I need Kalita, because she got poems on the back of this. Where's she? Email Rana was going to open up for us.
Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. We're going to begin with prayer, and I will recite it in Arabic and then in English. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. All praise is due to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of all systems of knowledge. The merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, master of the day of judgment. Thee alone do we worship, and thine aid we seek. Show us the straight path, the path of those on whom you have bestowed your favors, those whose portion is not wrath, and those who go not astray. Ameen.
Anybody see Kalita?
I'll look.
She what?
Is there anybody in the family that's out there that needs a seat? Anybody else in the family that needs a seat? Please let us know.
I just need Kalita and Safia needs to come in. Thank you.
If there's an empty seat next to you, raise your hand. Okay, there's somebody here. Okay. There's one up front too. Anybody else, any family members need a seat? There's one up here. Thank you. There's some more seats over here where Kalita is. Sister Kalita.
Oh, she's in here? Can you tell her to come here? Kalita. Kalita. Okay. Tanette, I'm going to need you in a minute because you're going to read this. You're going to do mommy's? Okay. Because we're going to start with these and then we'll do dinner. Something in here I need to correct. Yes.
Any other family members need seats? If there's empty seats next to you, raise your hand. Empty seats, raise your hand. I see one up here.
This is not right. Thank you. Where's Maurice? He's out there still. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. We'd like to welcome you to the repast of Sister Darlene Akbar and Sister Aneesah Akbar. We appreciate your prayers, kind thoughts, and your presence during this very difficult time. Thanks for being a part of celebrating the lives of our beloved mother and sister. I'm trying to find the I didn't print it.
What is it?
I'm trying to find the program. The first thing we're going to do is read the obituary. My sister Tanetta, she is the fourth of 7. She's going to read my mother's obituary.
You want me to read the whole thing?
No, just the obituary part. And then I need Kalita to read her poems. Just the obituary here. It was a mistake. So they put Freddie as a brother and he's not. So I put it down here with that. So you read that.
I'll read it.
I'm going to move. You read it, Lisa.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, let's read my mom's obituary. Here we go. Sister Darlene Ana Akbar, a beacon of love and compassion, was born on August 25th, 1950 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, to the cherished union of Catherine Anita Mitchell Johnson and Howard Johnson Sr. Her education journey began at Lincoln Elementary, continued through Thomas Edison Junior High and John Harris High School, where she laid the foundation for a life dedicated to service. She graduated from Harrisburg Area Community College. On December 24th, 1968, Darlene married her lifelong partner, Khalil Akbar. Together, they built a beautiful family filled with love, raising 7 daughters over the course of their 55 years of marriage. After nurturing her family as a stay-at-home mom, she pursued her passion for caring for others by earning her nursing degree from the Harrisburg-Stilton High-Spire Tech program of practical nursing. As a devoted wife, loving mother, and exceptional nurse, Darlene embodied kindness and selflessness, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of everyone who knew her. My mom was so loving and giving. Okay. In 1968, Sister Darlene embraced al-Islam under the guidance of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, transitioned to Orthodox al-Islam under Imam W.D. Muhammad in 1975. Her faith was a cornerstone of her life, guiding her to serve her community with unwavering dedication. I want to say my mom fed the homeless for years, never asked for anything, didn't want any recognition. She just did it out the goodness of her heart. For 25 years, Sister Darlene led the Health and Wellness Committee at Masjid Ash-Shaheed, where she worked tirelessly to feed the homeless at the Salvation Army Center of Hope. Alongside her husband, she brought comfort and prayer to the sick and the ailing. As a nurse for 35 years, Darlene's exceptional care shone in every role she embraced as a medical surgery nurse, oncology nurse, pediatrics nurse, and in her service in the Alzheimer unit, where she always prioritized her patients' needs above all. Darlene Ana Akbar and her beloved daughter, Aneesah Hanan Akbar, were united in spirit as they both returned to Allah, the most glorified, the most high, on the same day. She was preceded in death by her parents and her devoted husband, Imam Khalil Abdullah Akbar. Left to cherish her warm memories are her daughters, Kimberly Akbar, her husband Maurice, Khalida Akbar, Sharia Akbar Stevenson and her husband Jimmy, Tanetta Akbar Lindsay and her husband Jimmy, Badia Akbar Curry and her husband Dupree, and Raja Akbar. Her grandchildren, Sophia Baldwin, Carl Baldwin, Anwar Baldwin, Layla Baldwin, Jamal Brady, Nadia, and his wife Nadia, Khadijah Akbar, DeMarcus Akbar Kathy, Aaliyah Akbar Kathy, Malcolm Brown, Jalil Akbar and Sheree, his wife, Sabria Akbar, Dijon Akbar Stevenson and his wife Brianna, Malika Akbar, Elijah Akbar, Amari Akbar, Ayana Akbar, and 13 great-grandchildren. Darlene will be deeply missed by her siblings, Judith Mitchell, Deborah Johnson, Howard Johnson, Elisa Barksdale, and her husband Wayne, along with her in-laws Doris Brady, Mary, Virginia Jenkins, Glorious Riddle, Corleen Devan, and her husband Walter, and Joyce Pitts and her husband Stanley, and Freddie Hall, who was my aunt's, Rochelle's husband. Rochelle passed away not too long. Additionally, she leaves behind a multitude of nieces, nephews, cousins, friends in the community of Masjid Al-Shaheed, all whom are united in remembering a remarkable woman who touched countless lives. Sister Darlene's legacy of kindness, service, and unconditional love will continue to inspire all who were fortunate enough to know her. She has left a light and endearing imprint on our hearts, and her spirit will live forever, remaining a guiding light.
That's it. That's it.
You got it. Yeah.
I'm going to read my sister Aneesah obituary. Aneesah Ana Akbar, a radiant spirit, was born on August 30th, 1977, to Darlene Ana Akbar and Khalil Abdullah Akbar as the cherished sixth girl in the loving family of 7 daughters. Her life began in the warm embrace of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where she attended Foos Early Elementary School and Melrose Elementary School. In 1988, the family embarked on a new journey, relocating to Charlotte, North Carolina, where Aneesah continued her education at Cochran Middle School and Garinger High School. Aneesah's heart was filled with love. She was so loving. And it blossomed fully when she welcomed her beloved son, Elijah Abdul Kabir Akbar, on February 13, 1996. This joy expanded further when she became a grandmother to precious Messiah Amari Kabir Evans on September 26, 2021. Aneesah devoted herself to both of them with unwavering commitment and unconditional love, leaving a legacy of care that extended to her parents as well. With an inner beauty that matched her kind heart, Aneesah dedicated her life to serving others. As a nursing assistant, she worked tirelessly to provide comfort and support to the elderly, often going above and beyond. Her clients adored her, drawn to her genuine compassion and an infectious spirit. She pursued excellence in her career, earning numerous certifications such as Certified Medical Assistants, Nurses Aid 1 and 2, phlebotomy and EKG, along with medical administration and clinical and hospitality and tourism. Aneesah and her mother, Darlene Annette Akbar, were united, returning to Allah, the most glorified, the most high, together. She was preceded in death by her beloved father, Khalil Abdullah Akbar. She is loving, remembered by her son, Elijah, her grandson, Messiah. She is lovingly remembered by her son Elijah, grandson Messiah, sisters Kimberly Akbar, Maurice, Khalida Akbar, Sharia Akbar Stevenson, Jimmy, Tanetta Akbar Lindsay, Jimmy, Badia Akbar Curry, Dupree, and Raja Akbar, and nieces and nephews. Sophia Baldwin, Carl Baldwin, Anwar Baldwin, Layla Baldwin, Jamal Brady, Nadia, Khadijah Akbar, Demarcus Akbar Kathy, Aliyah Akbar Kathy, Malcolm Brown, Jalil Akbar Sheree, Sabria Akbar, Dijon Akbar Stevenson, Brianna, Malika Akbar, Amari Akbar, Ayana Akbar, along with 12 great nieces and nephews who carry forward her spirit. In addition to family, Aneesah's life was enriched by her dear friends Kira Falk, Lavette Davis, Kim Bennett, Keisha Davis, Angela Moore, and countless others whose lives she touched. Though Aneesah's physical presence is no longer with us, her legacy of love, compassion, and resilience will forever remain in the hearts of all who knew her. She leaves behind a world that is richer for having had her, and her spirit will continue to inspire and guide her family and friends as they carry her memory forward.
Good job. I need you to come here. You guys can sit down. Thank y'all. Good job. Okay, you want to read the thing fell off? Okay. Which one do you want to read? Do you want me to get to read the other one? Aaliyah? Yeah. Where's she? Call Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, come up here with me, please.
Aaliyah. Aaliyah.
And Khadijah, too. Khadijah, too.
Where's she at? Okay, so here, you have them, y'all read these poems, and then we're going to acknowledge the family, and then we're going to eat. Okay.
A mother's love. Assalamu alaikum. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. A mother's love. A mother is a gift that cannot be replaced, a space inside our hearts that will not be erased. Your spirit very humble, your character soft and pure. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us life through a mother we adored. Gracious were your steps, unyielding at life's test. Sister Darlene Akbar, you lived your life as a witness to the supreme divine intervention of Allah's mercy and grace, and your decisions, your tests, and trials, you were steadfast and did not hesitate to love your husband, family, and community with all your might. Blessed are you in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sight. We pray you are in Jannah Firdaus, united with Imam Khalil Akbar, our beloved dad, embracing our beloved sister Aneesah Akbar with all the love you have. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite you as a family with the righteous ones. In this fleeting material world, your job is done. May your family and the believers continue your legacy. Sadaqah Jariyah and du'as be fulfilled to full capacity. May your beautiful children and grandchildren be among the righteous in this life and the next. An amazing wife, mother, grandmother, sister, and friend. A true believer at his best. We love you, Mom. Paradise lies at your feet, and in your womb thrives 7 golden heartbeats. In the center of your chest, a heart pure and sound and true, amazingly strong yet humble, as the mother we all loved and knew. We love you, Mom, your 7 daughters. Assalamu alaikum.
You want to read or Leah? She wants you to read the one for Aneesah.
Okay, well, I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Okay. All right. So, alhamdulillah, you'll just stay up here for support. MashaAllah. This one is for Aneesah.
I can do it.
Okay, so my daughter Aaliyah is going to read the title too. Sister, read your shit. Be strong. You got it, because you know Allah's God, and Allah's one. He's going to help us.
Sister Angel number 6. The lifeline of our family gatherings, event planner of the birthday outings, your soul a shining light, a beautiful, loving sister who we pray is still smiling. Your innocence allowed you to express love, joy, and disappointment without resentment or reservation. It came from a place of anointment. You had a vision directed by a higher calling. In your voice, demeanor, and wisdom, shared your testimonies. Shine bright, our angel number 6, as you join Mom and Dad, meeting your Creator. The first sister chosen as Myriad, you took care of our Mom and Dad, a trooper, until the end. Your ticket to paradise was your servitude of them. Elijah is carrying your legacy and leading the way. We are here to love and support him and Messiah, your beautiful grandbaby. May the seven gates of Jannah welcome you with open arms, the first of 7 daughters to elevate into the spiritual realm. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant his mercy, forgiveness, and grace, placing you among his righteous servants without question or debate. We love you. We love you, Ana Akbar. That's my auntie, Aunt Nisa. With all heart and attitude, understanding the love you gave came from a higher altitude. Love your family.
It's all right. It's all right. Allah's Akbar. You got it.
Love your family.
Hug it, Khadija. Here it is. Come on, babe. You got it. Allah wants us to be strong.
Okay.
It's all right. Take your time.
That was the end.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Alhamdulillah, you did it.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on, Thank you.
So we're going to start proceeding and let the family start eating, and we're going to move the program on while people are eating their dinner. So please, the sisters, the aunts, the family members.
Y'all ready?
All right. So, Kim, go ahead. People, they ready to sing.
My sisters, first, you guys,
Y'all can go ahead and get your
My
food.
sister-
So we got to get started and let everybody else.
go ahead, you start, you go ahead, family, just tell them.
Yeah, just family, please. Everybody in here is family, but we need to go ahead and get started with the food so we can move the program along. Hey, sis. How are you? The program's gonna go on, but we don't want people to. Yeah, we want people to need to start eating at this point.
But we're not gonna go on while people are getting their food. So maybe this side, I guess, and then we'll go this side. Because most people in here are family.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Say like 15 minutes, we're gonna start it back up.
Okay.
Give people time.
We're gonna get started back up in about 15 minutes, but I think the best way to do it is let the people in the back. If y'all go, then nobody have to pass by you. After the family, then we're gonna go with the people in the back because you don't want to have to pass by nobody with your plates in your hand. Hey. Okay.
The line should be in the back.
Yeah, yeah. If we can swing, it'll be a lot better for us to swing that line and people can be that way, get your food, and you can return to your table without having to squeeze by. So if y'all can let people in that arch line up back there, that would be helpful.
We might not, until they sit down, I can't start. You know why? Because of the recognize the family. Lift it. I feel. Give me that. I need to write something.
Excuse me. Somebody driving a black Toyota. You got somebody blocked in. Black Toyota. You got it? Jimmy, you know what it is? A black Toyota. You got somebody, oh, you got people blocked in. Can somebody give me this? I don't know what this is. Perfect.
Oh, that's nice. You give it to one of my sisters. This is Sharia. They'll take it to mom's house.
Sharia's eating right now. I'm not going to disturb her.
Sharia, hold it. You want me, Sharia? Hold it for you.
The black Toyota, the license plate is REF 7957. A black Toyota, REF 7957. Anybody in here driving a black Toyota? We can move the car if you give us the keys. Tow truck is on the way. Exactly. Tow truck is on the way.
Once you grab your food, please sit so we can get other people served and continue with the program. Once you grab your food, please sit quickly. So we might be a minute. testing. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Salatul Maghrib is in. So if anybody wants to make it, we're going to have to make it in that side room over here. So, Brother Sharif, Ibn Sharif, Sharif is going to call the adhan, but anybody want to make it in shifts in the side room over here. Okay, because we can't make it in here. So anybody want to make Salatul Maghrib, please go to the side room over here. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. If anybody wants to make Maghrib prayer, we're going to be making it in that room, in the overflow room, inshallah. We're making it in bunches, so the next group is ready.
Touchdown. Assalamu alaikum. Can we hold it down just a little bit?
We're gonna start the program.
We're going to restart the program. I hope everybody enjoyed the good food. All right. We taking half of the food. Thank you. I cooked it all. There you go.
I need you.
All right.
There you go. I need you to find my charger. Before everybody leaves, we still have a program that we need to finish. What I wanted to do right now was acknowledge our family. They traveled far and wide to get here. I want to acknowledge my mom's sisters are here, my mother's sisters, my mother's nieces and nephews. Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. My father's family, my aunts and uncles and cousins, they're here. Please raise your hand. My family. Huh? I said dad's side. Huh? I said dad's family. Sisters, brother, and Uncle Doris. I didn't say Uncle Doris. I said, okay. And I wanted to acknowledge my family who came in from Maryland and Virginia and Pennsylvania, everywhere. I wanted to acknowledge my children and my family that travel here. They're on the other side. Please raise your hand. Okay. All right. Family and friends. I know we've got family and friends. Please raise y'all's hand that's in here. My husband's family's in here, my stepdaughter, his niece. Please raise your hand. Okay, we are going to move on with the program. I didn't miss anyone, did I? No? Okay. We're going to move on with the program. I had something that I'd like to say about my mother and my sister, but my nephew, where's he? I may let him start. Ooh. Don't kill him. Put him outside. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. He kill him. My nephew Elijah would like to say something. Did you want to start? Come on up, Elijah. Elijah is my sister Aneesah's one and only son. And Elijah has a little one. He was running around here a few minutes ago. I don't know where he is. Messiah. Okay. The baby's okay. Go ahead.
I'm right here. It's been a lovely dinner. I thank everybody for coming out and support and love I keep getting from every single person. It's nothing like losing your mom. It's something that's I've never experienced emotional pain that deep in my life. I just didn't know what to say, and right now this is time to honor their life. So grandma and my mom's both, grandma and my mom. So I can just say, grandma did everything she could to make sure the family was close. She would have 16, 20 heads in the movies, in a dollar movie, and we would sneak in donuts from Krispy Kreme donuts and make sure we got some snacks because we didn't want to pay them concession stands. But I just remember grandma as the most loveliest person I ever met in my life. Grandma would break her back for you. She made sure we were straight regardless, do anything. So it'd be crazy for me not to say nothing. Grandma meant so much to me. I love you, man. I just remember Grandma, we would be at the house, and she would tell you to do something. You better do it. I remember we had to scrub the walls. You better scrub the walls. I remember Carl said no. She almost hit him in the head with a broom. And she got on Mari too, talking about, Mari, you better listen. And Amari would be the one talking back, and she'd be like, Amari, she'd be like, Amari, you better listen if I punch you in the back. These moments is everlasting, you know. It's just so beautiful to see Grandma. And my mom, like I just remember my mom as a lover. We definitely bumped heads, and I for any reason, I remember trying to kiss my mom would be a struggle. She would like form me. I'm like, Mom, give me a kiss. She'd be like, no, like back up. But my mom definitely showed me affection when needed, and that's like my best friend, and it's just incredible.
It's higher time.
It's higher time?
Yeah.
What you want to say about Grandma?
My daddy.
You love Grandma? Grandma in heaven, huh?
Yes.
Yes, you love her. So,
That's it. You can still talk.
uh-oh. My mom, she's an incredible woman. I remember that day. I saw her that morning. I think Messiah was actually over at the house, and she was trying to make sure her mom was straight. She said to my grandmother, my grandmother asked her to come with her, and I just remember my mom was like, I'm going to take care of my mom. She said, Elijah, be a man, make sure Messiah get to school on time, and I love you. And she kissed Messiah and hugged me, and she left, and I just remember looking out the window and then backing out, and that was I did not know, I don't think anyone knew that was going to be the last time. I seen them in the flesh. However, they were with me spiritually, and I love them to my core. And just the rest of my family, too. My aunties, they all took care of me, too. I'm not going to not forget my aunties. I remember being out in Kim's house. We playing PlayStation 2 with Carl and Amari and Anwar, DeMarcus, Malcolm, and rest in peace, Uncle Clark. They all helped us. I remember being on Kalita house, me and Marcus and Malcolm and Jamal going at it. And Jamal being like our big cousin, so he always was just very much of a leader. So I also remember being at Uncle Jimmy's house in Australia, and they taking care of us for my mom. And all this for my mom when my mom had to work. So they made sure I was straight. Auntie Jalil, I'm at Aunt Leah's house. Jalil, being the trolley years, hit me upside the head running, and I'm chasing them and he laughing. My big cousin right there, I love you, bro. Sabria watching me when my mom had to work, making sure I was good, and Khadijah when I was at Aunt Kalita house. They made a way and watched me when my mom had to work, and I appreciate that. I know my mom appreciated all the efforts. On deal too. South Charlotte, I remember I kicked Uncle the TV. We got into it. I kicked his TV. He didn't beat me. On deal beat me. He said, I'm gonna let Aunt Dia handle you. I got in there, she tore me up. And my mom, I thought my mom had my back. She said, no, beat his butt. I can imagine. You want to talk?
No.
Okay. I met her too. I met her always been a leader in our family. She's to this day is a rock, and I love her to death. And I know my mom is looking down on us right now and saying how much she appreciates the unity that we have right now. And I met her also. made sure I was good, and always, even when I look mean sometimes, so people be scared to walk up to me, but like, I think it's the eyebrows, but I get up for my mama. So, but I know that always show me love, Badia too, all my aunts, Raj, Aunt Tria, Aunt Kim, and Aunt Khalida. This is a tough process, but we're gonna get through. Yeah. I just remember my mom as, my girl, my everything, and it's more of like how, like why. But my family, we gonna figure it out, and y'all my family too. We gonna figure this out the right way, and it's just unbelievable. And I love you all, and I'm sure we're gonna have continue these conversations. So thank you so much.
This is water. Yeah. Okay, so I wrote something that I wanted to say about my family, my mom and my sister. As the Akbar family, we stand strong and united, even though this hurts like nothing we've ever felt before. We know where our mother and our sister are. We feel their presence surrounding us. They are with God. We will fight for justice for my mom and sister on this side, but it was simply their time. Only God knows when and how we will go. My parents did not fear death. They were the strongest and most faithful people that we know, and we as a family will continue to go on following their example. They took their beloved, faithful caretaker with them. Although we are saddened that she left so soon, she left with her mom, and we believe that they are all together on the other side taking care of each other. Aneesah was always there for our parents, making sure they were good, the house was good, and they wanted for nothing. Whatever they wanted, she got for them. My beautiful mother was a caretaker to the end. She was kind, compassionate, giving, sincere. She loved her family with all that was in her. She helped us all. There was never a time when any of us needed help that she didn't do what she could do for us. She also took care of other people who were not her immediate family. She was an excellent nurse who put the care of her patients first for 35 years. And her passion was feeding the hungry, which she did for 25 years through she was the chairperson of the Health and Wellness Committee. And she fed the hungry for 25 years at the Salvation Army Center of Hope. My mother had a heart of gold, which she passed down to her beautiful daughter, Aneesah. Aneesah, who also had a heart of gold, she was caring, giving, and she loved us all. She took care of her parents, her son and grandson, and also her sisters, her nieces and nephews. She would gift us something or cook for us whenever she had the time or simply felt like it. It didn't have to be a special occasion. Aneesah worked as a nurse's assistant, taking care of the elderly for many years. She loved it, and she was excellent at it, and she was always in request. She sometimes had so many people wanting her to help them that she had to say no, but she would try. It didn't stop her from trying. Aneesah was a very hard worker. She worked hard through all the trials and tribulations our family has gone through. I remember when my first husband passed and my children were still little. She came over every night for at least 3 weeks straight and fed my children, bathed them, got them settled down for me because I simply was not able to do it. I loved her so much for that. And now that she is no longer physically here for her son and grandson, we will return the favor. My mom and my sister were two peas in a pod, so much alike. That's why Mom always wanted her by her side. As she was on her last day on earth together. May God forgive my mom and sister any shortcomings and grant them the highest paradise. Make their graves spacious and full of light. May God help ease the grief of their family members, friends, and community. We love you both, always and forever. Amen. Next, we'll have Maurice or Sophia come up. Quick. Don't you both rush up.
Assalamu alaikum. So I have a family compilation poem. In a compilation poem, you compile different sentiments of memories, thoughts, and sentiments that your family has about your departed loved one. Beautiful people, beautiful souls. To be obedient is to follow the word. Grandma was obedient to the core. Your mother, your mother, your mother. Auntie died being in service to her mother, taking care of her mother, respecting and loving the womb that bore you. Grief, going through really intense emotions for a period of time. Minding their business, going about their day, in the blink of an eye, someone you love is gone. Two people we love are gone. We thank God for both of them in the time that we had well spent. Some of the heaviest tests my family is facing in this season. Two beautiful people taken on the same day. May Allah elevate them in paradise and make spacious their grave. A double janazah, double the trauma, double the pain, but all in all, we still remember God's name. 18 years ago when my father passed, Aneesah, you wrote a poem. I sat with you at the computer in my grandparents' upstairs room. Now that you transitioned, trust and believe I have a poem for you too. We have a poem for you. You looked out for your family. We love you and your light. You cared about your family and made sure we were all right. Your barbecue beef ribs were amazing. And that casserole that you would make, ooh, we were craving. Grandma and Auntie, we're going to talk about your light, but the way all of this transpired, it doesn't feel right. We trust that you were in the company of your Lord, but your family right here on this end, we miss you and you're adored. Aneesah Hanan. Hanan's my auntie's middle name. She was beautiful. Nothing about her was plain. I don't want to talk about either of you past tense because I literally talked to you the other day. And in the blink of an eye, you're gone in such a way. We love you and we always will. You have a son who is a beautiful young man and has a son of his own. Your own grandbaby who loves spending time at grandma's home. Oh Allah, please shower us with comfort. Still in disbelief, so many unanswered questions, but we hold on to our prayers and continue facing the ease. This is not easy, going through the day-to-day, knowing that your loved ones were taken in such a way. We love you, and we love your light. Always concerned with your family, making sure everyone was all right. Your name is Aneesah, the woman, chapter 4 in the Quran. Yes, you are a woman, a beautiful woman you are. You love playing games. Family night can get competitive, in a good way. You carried the pizza in as I trailed behind you walking to the door. We played a few games of Family Feud. We won and celebrated as we do. Grandma, you set the tone, beautiful and classy, custom owned. What you wore was custom made for you. You were custom made for our family. You love us and we love you. Whatever you made, cooked or prepared, you made it with love, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Grandma, you were always on a mission. You established so many family traditions. Going to the movies with Grandma is a very special memory. We would pre-pack our treats. We would make turkey subs. We had fried chicken, pizza, donuts. Don't ask Grandma what's in her bag. She's feeding her family on this special outing. We would pass the food down the line, try not to disrupt, but if we did, they'll be all right. Those times were amazing. Just like Grandma's sense of fashion and prep, you would decorate and you would give it your best. When you were in the mood for a cleaning spree, everyone present at your house had to participate. Rubbing your shoulder or massaging your hair, we enjoyed your company, being present with you, and simply being there. You fed the homeless for 25 years. You were passionate about your service. Beautiful people, beautiful souls. You gave your all to everything you were a part of. Both of y'all had a sweet tooth and a sweet spirit. You both had such a kind heart. Grandma, we lived at your house for 9 going on 10 years after my father passed. Aneesah, you showed up in so many ways during that difficult time. Grandma and Aneesah, hearts of gold, giving, caring, compassionate, took care of family and friends and had jobs that did the same. Grandma, a licensed practical nurse for 35 years. Aneesah, a nurse assistant for many years. They both were exceptional at their jobs and well-liked and respected. Aneesah, you were 47, and Grandma, 74. August babies with birthdays a few days apart. They gave their all, they gave their heart. Returned to Allah on October 15, 1015. The same time our grandfather died, which was Friday, September 6th at 10:15. Here we are on a Friday celebrating their life. Our love for them as we take on the experience of this transition season. Grandma established family night traditions. Established us reading Quran on a Friday night. Faith, fun, and food. Aneesah brought the food just last week at family night. And Grandma loved watching in the heat of the night. We're angry, upset, sad, traumatized, and in disbelief. We will be fighting for justice for our beloved mother, grandma, great-grandmother, sister, aunt, great-aunt, grandma, beautiful, selfless, loving, kind heart of gold, a matriarch who loved her family. Aunt Aneesah, a heart of gold, giving, hardworking, loved her son, grandson, and family, and she took care of her parents. Your mother, your mother, your mother. You died taking care of your mother. Your family, your family, your family. Grandma, the matriarch who set the tone. May Allah elevate them on their journey home. 2 beautiful people taken on the same day. May Allah elevate them to the highest station in paradise and make spacious their grave. A double janazah, double the trauma, double the pain, but all in all, we still remember God's name. Assalamu alaikum.
Yo, I think with that we all can go home. There's nothing left to say. Let's give him another hand. Man. That was amazing, and you delivered it, beautifully. So that was a compilation.
Me and her, pretty much.
Wow. That's not, we have to let that resonate. I think we're going to sell that, sis. We're going to make a little money with that joint there. Listen, you don't have to live long to live well. You see what I'm saying? Y'all didn't hear me? I said you don't have to live long to live well. And just what she said, what other people said before her, they live well. Sister Darlene took care of so many people. And remember, she took care of her husband, Imam Khalil. I mean, she was there at every doctor's appointment, arguing and letting them doctors know, y'all ain't gonna just do anything to this man. He's special. You see what I mean? He's special. And I had her back. You see, I let them know, hey, this is Imam Khalil Akbar, the husband of Sister Darlene Akbar. That's right. The man that had 7 beautiful daughters. And Sister Darlene took care of all of them while Imam Khalil did his job as an imam, fighting in the community. That's the difficult thing to do. So she stayed home, nurturing those kids, educating them, giving them the best that Allah has given her. And look how they turned out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So a lot of people fight for inheritance when their family die. Who's going to get this? Who's going to get that? Get what Sophia just read. Get that love. Get that commitment. Get that sincerity. Get that. You see what I mean? You look for the materialistic things. That's not going to get you in the doors of heaven. That's not going to get you there. What she just read about her grandmother and about her aunt Aneesah. Aneesah was committed to her family. Committed to her family. She would go to work and still come home and take care of her family. Come home with food and bags and all that stuff. Mom, what you need? Granddad, what you need? I watched her do it. Tough, tough. Sister Darlene was tough. Y'all heard all the sweet stuff, but she was tough. But if you see a little baby, all that would change. All that. She was in awe of little babies. It was just something about innocent babies that just drew her heart in. And I admired that for her, because she could be tough one minute, but you bring a baby in that room and it's all over. Yeah, it's all over. So her inheritance and our inheritance is looking at the qualities that they possess and try to incorporate them into our lives. Aneesah left because the law rewarded her for her commitment to her parents. The Quran tells us, reverence God, when reverence the womb that bore you. Those things are parallel in the Quran. Is the respect for God and a respect for your parents. There's a reason why God put those together. And Aneesah, she exemplified that. So God said, okay, you did your job. Come on, get some of this paradise. You see, come and meet your father and come on with your mother. As Muslims, we understand we were shaken by what happened. But it doesn't shake our faith, you see, because when Imam Khalil was going from doctor to doctor and they was trying to put fear, and she had no fear. She said, listen, I'm Muslim. I don't have no fear of death. But we want him to have the best quality of life while he's still on this earth. So he ain't going to no hospice where y'all can just do anything. He going to be taken care of at home. And the last words he heard was all of his family members saying, La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. You can't ask for nothing more than that, to be hearing those words. And so when we lost Sister Darlene and we lost Aneesah, we was in shock. We was in that room and we knew that only God could get us through this. You see, and the fact that we're all here together and the fact that we're all here believers, you know, we can be called God by different names, but it's the same one God. And so he's going to get us through this too. So inheritance, in this case, is their quality of life in which they shared and how they exemplified it and how they dedicate their lives to helping others. So may God bless us with that same spirit and inherit that, what they did. And we're going to finish the work that they started. Thank you.
Okay, did any family members want to say a little something? Carl? Elijah?
I know I just talked, but chime off when we was in the hospital with Granddad, I just remember Granddad kept on telling Grandma it was me, Aunt Tanetta, Aunt Badia, Aunt Raja, and Malika, and I just remember Granddad kept on once the doctor told us the news, Granddad kept on saying, Darlene, I live a good life. I live a great life. he accepted the fate of God that God set for him. So I don't want nobody to feel like, you know. So this is, Granddad accepted the terms. I just think when Granddad left this earth, he didn't think this situation. He left his family in good terms. This could have been avoided. This should have been avoided. There's no way this should have happened. This is insane. But at the same time, we're going to keep God first, like Grandma and Granddad would want. And they always put in our ear, like, keep God first and keep going. They don't want us to stop. They don't want us to move. They want us to stay and grow and keep their names alive. So, as long as my mom, too, it's definitely hard. I'm breaking down every moment. I know I look strong now. I think my mom and my grandfather and my auntie, seeing them gives me strength. So I'm going to continue on going. But I'm probably break down tonight, but it's all right. It's part of the process. So inshallah. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of my family and I, we all know how tough this has been these last 40 days on our family. We go from grieving our grandfather Imam Khalil to we felt like we were finally getting to a place where we were comfortable or we were getting accustomed to our new norm, and then this happens. This was a major gut punch. My grandmom, Aneesah, I hate that they had to go like that. I hate that they had to go. Everybody has to go, you know, but it felt like it was too soon. We needed them. But we're going to stay strong for each other, just how they stay strong for us. My grandmom, the stories you heard were true. She was tough. She was tough. I love my grandmom. I'm not the man I am if it wasn't for my grandma, man. She instilled, yes, thank you. She instilled hard work and discipline into me at a young age. When my father passed away when I was 11, grandmom and granddad moved our family into the house. And during those years, I learned a lot. And as I got older, I started to appreciate the lessons that my grandmom had taught me. I remember her waking us up on Saturday mornings early to clean, and I'm a night owl. Me and my sister, we're night owls. I don't like to get up early. I like to sleep in. But grandmom, she didn't care anything about that, man. She didn't care nothing about that, man. Grandmom, she worked so hard, and she wanted to make sure, especially me as a man, that I was a hard-working man. I didn't always like it, but I needed it. I needed those hits upside the head or with that stick to just get me going. Like it got me going. Yeah, my grandma, she loved her family. Like she was tough. She showed that tough love, but she definitely had that nurturing spirit about her as well. And 100% a woman of faith, man. I saw her faith tested the day we found out my grandfather had cancer. And that was my first time going to the doctor with them. I took them both. We sat in the doctor's office. We heard the news. We all paused for a second when he said the word cancer. We all paused. And it took me back to hearing that about my father. And, my grandma says, well, Allah is God. We're Muslim. We don't fear anything but God. We just want to do what's best for granddad. But we don't fear death, but we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting to the end. She was so strong. And me, I wasn't that strong in that moment. As soon as I heard the word cancer, it took me back. I wanted to break down, Yeah, it was hard. But during that moment, I knew I had to stay strong for my grandmom. And and just be there. Just be there. I didn't want to break down and have her upset or anything like that. She set the tone during that moment the same way she set the tone for our family. She was the glue to our family. Family gatherings, just all of that. Even when people in our family had a falling out, Grandma brought us all back together, and we instilled that value into us, and we make sure we spend a lot of time together, no matter what we got going on, because that's what our grandma taught us. I watched her take care of my grandfather to the very end, no matter, just like Brother Maurice said, all those doctor's appointments, the doctor said the same thing. Oh, we can't test him. He's too weak. We don't, these tests could kill him. But my grandma, she did anything she could. She took him to the naturopath, and I would go to the house. She had all of these different remedies trying to take care of my grandfather. And I could tell that she was suffering too. I could tell she was attending so much to my grandfather that, she was weakened herself, and then just when he passed away, just seeing her not be with Granddad, it was tough on all of us. So we were all there for each other, and just we were getting to a place where that was normal for us. And, my grandma. So many words I could say. Man. But one phrase that comes to mind is just job well done. Job well done. Taking care of your family. Making sure we were always good no matter what we had going on in life. Just job well done, Grandma. That was probably the most time you spent away from Granddad, and now you reunited with Granddad. And may Allah bless you both. Well, and my Aunt Aneesah, I'm going to get to her in a second. May Allah bless you all, the highest level of paradise. Grandma. Yes, man. My Aunt Aneesah, that's super auntie right there, man. That's super auntie, man. It's like my sister said, when our father passed, or it's like my mom said, when our father passed, Aunt Aneesah did everything in her power to, make us feel like normal kid, make us forget about all the stress we had going on. When my mom lost her husband, she was unable to. She didn't have the strength at times. Aneesah really stepped up, man, and she loved her son Elijah, man. Elijah would come to the house, fresh shoes, new fit, man, and during that time I just didn't have it. But Aunt Aneesah would make sure we had clothes, and even if it was Elijah's clothes. So I think I'm the first dude I know that was happy to get hand-me-ups from Elijah, man, because Aneesah had Elijah looking so clean. So I would hear that door close from upstairs, and Aneesah walking in with that bag. I'm like, yes, sir. Yeah, man. Aneesah, that woman loved family more than anything. It was nothing Aneesah loved more than being around her family. And me and my cousin, we went to see the car during the aftermath. It was pretty triggering. But one thing that stood out to us was that front license plate. I believe it said, "Unite the Family." And, that's the embodiment of who my Aunt Aneesah was. So, Aunt Aneesah, job well done. Thank you for everything. I always love you, never forget you. And we're going to be strong and be there for Elijah just like you were with us. Aneesah, job well done. Grandmom, job well done. We will fight for justice. We will fight for justice for you guys. You guys deserve that. We're going to fight to the very end. All right? We love you both. May Allah grant you guys both the highest level of paradise, and you are both reunited with Granddad. All right? We love you. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. I didn't really, honestly, I didn't really know what I was going to say, but just, growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandma. Like, she used to watch me and my sister when my mom was at work. She would always pick us up, so I spent majority of my childhood, growing up with my grandma, running errands, day-to-day stuff. And like, in those moments when you're a kid, you don't really, you can't really fully appreciate it because you just think like, like you just don't, you don't really want to do this. But like as I got older, and especially like as I started like living my own life, you cherish the moments even if it's for a short while. Like when I come home to visit, because I was in the military. So like when I come home, I'm like, I just want to spend every moment with my family. So a lot of times I just end up staying at my grandmother's, But that's how it's been throughout my whole life. Like me and Elijah, we spent so much time together growing up. We basically brothers. We lived at grandma's house and, we butt heads, we fight, but at the end of the day, it's still my family, regardless of like any like spats we would get into. And, Aneesah and grandma, like they were just always like caring people. Like grandma would always make everybody in the family feel like they wasn't noticed. It didn't matter how many birthdays it was in that month. Grandma have a birthday for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be 5 birthdays in July. There's gonna be a cake with all y'all names on it. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna sing happy birthday like you a little kid. And you gonna sing too. And Aneesah will always like have us over. And we just be kicking it, me and all the boys, me, Elijah, DeMarcus, Malcolm, Anwar, Carl, and just being kids. You never really like prepare yourself for like, the moment when you gonna be without somebody that's always been there. And it's tough, man, cause like the first people you see when you come to grandma's house is my aunt Aneesah and my grandma. And it's just like it's not the same. I never felt my grandma's house be that empty. But I know we gonna get through it. It's gonna take some time. And I'm lost for words because like it just feels like they left way too soon, and it just seems so senseless. But I know they're in a better place, and I know they didn't suffer, and that I can take solace in the fact that I know they were my grandfather. Yes. And I love them very much, and I know they know that, and I'm gonna miss them. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. I just can't get over the fact that I'm still struggling with the loss that we lost great granddad to some of you, and now I got to deal with Aunt Aneesah and then great grandma gone too. I just don't know, but I'm for certain that we can say that they're in a better place. You know what I'm saying? They in paradise, inshallah, of course. I may not. I feel like I didn't get the correct amount of time I needed to bond with them because I never really got to see them at all, almost. The last memory I had was me coming over for, I think, Thanksgiving, but that was in like 2022. I remember when I was a kid, I come back from my mom one day, traveling. Came home, opened the door, they had a great surprise. Aneesah, great grandma and great granddad standing there for me, with a cake. Everybody just grouped up, and I was a handful, but I still appreciated them, and it's just so sad that they didn't get to see me when I hit 18, or like when I really feel like there wasn't enough time for me, and it's sad. It hits, and it just reminds you that we not here for a long time. And you got to make the most out of what you get, because if you don't, then when it's time for you to go, you know, you gotta lie in your bed. So I just feel like, you know, no matter, you know, how it hits, we gotta remember how they want us to be. They don't. Of course, it's good to grieve, but it's not good to sit in the grief and lie in it and get depressed. They want you to get back up and continue doing better with your life. And I know, because I broke down in tears when I received the news too, because I couldn't believe it when I first heard it from my dad. But, you know, we just got to keep pushing. We gon', like I said, like Carl said, you know, we gonna figure this out all together, because we family, and family sit together no matter what. So, you know, with that being said, I hope we I hope that we have a good night. We continue, you know, and we just keep them in our prayers and our thoughts. So with that being said, we love you, great granddad, Aneesah, great grandma. We all love y'all, and we'll see y'all soon, inshallah. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Like my brother said, I didn't prepare to say anything. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who are here to support us through these trying times. I know for me right now, my comfort is knowing that God is intentional. Even though we don't know why, it's unfortunate, it's tragic. It makes us feel a lot of emotions, angry, sad, just we don't know what to feel. Sometimes you don't know what to feel or how to feel or what to say to people, and you know, it's a roller coaster of emotions. But I will say that my granddad was a man of faith. My grandmother was a woman of faith, and my aunt was a mixture of them too. She had a heart of gold. They all did, and they instilled that into us. Just, you know, having a caring heart and caring for others, loving others the way that they loved us. And some memories I can remember with my grandma, like my brother said, we spent so much of our childhood with her when my mom was working and, you know, working to take care of us. And I just remember always being at my grandma's house. And like Sophia said, if you at grandma's house when she start cleaning and you smell that pine stall, you better get your behind up off that couch. I remember scrubbing the footboards. And if they were not to grandma's liking, you better go back and do it again. I remember my grandma, she was a woman who just did it all. When we would have Thanksgiving dinner or just anything for, you know, big celebrations with the family, all of her daughters would be like, Mom, what can we do? What can we do? How can we help? And grandma would say, I got it. Because that's just how the women in our family were. Aneesah was the same way. I just remember, you know, my auntie just being so loving and caring. She gave the best gifts. All of my aunts do give great gifts. But she just was just, you know, an amazing woman. And Aneesah, I could joke and laugh with my auntie and have a good time with her, and she loved her family. And to our family, we are lovers, and you know, family. We put family first, and I'm so grateful for the memories that we have, the things that have been instilled in us, and just the strength and resilience that, you know, we're able to have to keep pushing through, and remembering that God is still at the forefront of our lives. No matter what we're going through, no matter what we're feeling, we know that God is still in control. And and it's tough. This is really tough. I don't believe it. It feels like a bad dream that you can't wake up from. I think we're all still in disbelief of all of this, and you just have to process. But to my family, I just want to say that I love each and every one of you, and like Armand said, we have to learn to process well, and even through our grief to still remain resilient and still be grounded in our foundation and what our grandparents instilled in us, our parents, our Aunt Aneesah, and to Elijah, I love you like my mama made you. I love all of y'all like my mama made y'all, because we all come from the same blood, obviously. But to Elijah, I love you, because we got your back. We're here for you. To Messiah, to Mia, to all of y'all, we love y'all. We are here for y'all. This is a process that we're going through together. And we just have to take it day by day. And yeah. And now I'm going to pass the mic to Layla.
Assalamualaikum. I'm going to start out with my auntie. My auntie just was such a sweet and loving person. She was such a sweet and loving person. She was. We're all just like in disbelief. Never saw it coming. It's like we were talking yesterday, me and my cousins were like, this is stuff you hear about on the news and stuff you see on like a Lifetime movie, but you would never expect it to be, your family. And so like, it really hurts because, we're still grieving. She was just such a sweet person, such a beautiful soul. I remember the last time we talked, she was saying how she was coming to Georgia, how she was going to stop by and see me. I think she was going up there to get her hair done and whatnot. And I'm like, well, Auntie, stop by and see me. I'm going to make time. I'll make time. Even if it's when I get off work, I'm going to make time. And she used to love seafood boils. And I was like, oh, Auntie, me being green. I'm like, Auntie, can I take a bite of your shrimp? But she was like, you can just have it. And I'm like, are you sure, Auntie? She was like, just go ahead and take it. So I took it and, definitely ate every piece of shrimp in there. Yeah, we really gonna miss her. She just was so great. And when we lost our father, even though I remember all of our aunts helping out, Aunt Aneesah, she was there. She was there, like taking us back and forth to the hospital, making sure we had clothes and making sure we were washed and fed for school. She just always was there. And then my grandma, my sweet grandma. We used to look at grandma like our baby, her babies. She used to call us Ana Akbar and Layla Bayla. She was just so proud of us. She was so proud of us. We love grandma. We love grandma. We love how our grandparents loved each other. They really set the tone on how a marriage is supposed to be, how a family is supposed to be, and how you're supposed to live your life. Ooh, that's a bug. And just how you're supposed to live your life the right way. And we're just really gonna miss them. We're really gonna miss them. Like, this is a hard pill to swallow. It's sudden. It's something that you could never prepare for. So we're just really gonna miss them, and I pray that God forgives them for all of their sins, and grant them the highest place in paradise. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to start with my grandmother. My grandmother, she was tough, but after she was tough on you, she was going to love on you. She always kept us well fed and thoroughly entertained. Like a few of us mentioned her taking us to the movies. We'd be 20 deep. We had food wrapped in foil. We had soda cans. And we would have to wait until the movie got loud just to open it up. Because you know how loud foil is, and you know what a soda can sounds like. But we never went to the concession stands. Only to get tickets. We never bought nothing in there. And like my brother said, my grandma instilled hard work in us.
Yes.
Like, we was gonna work. Like, we not gonna sit around and do nothing. Like, she'll wake us up early in the morning. It may be 50 degrees outside. We gonna get in that yard. We gonna do something. And if you do the job well, she gonna make you do that job every time. The job she had for me was sweeping. She'll get me to dip the broom in some Pine Sol and sweep. I did it good once, then I had to do it good all the time. But she was a well-rounded individual. She was loving, caring, devout in her faith. And she's going to tell you how it is. Like, she would not pull punches. If she was upset about something, she's going to let you know. Like, she would not be one to hold it in. And I love her so much for that. And with this situation with my grandfather, she kept everything together so well. It's like we didn't know the extent of his sickness, but she knew. But she was so strong and caring towards us that she didn't let us know. And even when he was in hospice at home, she kept it together. She held it together. And I respect her so much for that. She was a beautiful soul. She is a beautiful soul. But I'm going to talk about my auntie now. My Aunt Aneesah. She was fierce. She was loving. She was giving. She was caring. It's like I remember her, like after my father passed away, she would take me and my brother shopping to get us stuff for school. And at that time, that meant so much to me. Just being able to go into school with the confidence knowing I got some new stuff that Auntie bought me. Like, it was always nice. And, jeez, I lost my train of thought, excuse me. And when we stayed at my grandma's house, my auntie would come pick us up during the weekend sometimes. And that'd be like a vacation every weekend. That's something I always appreciated. She would always have cinnamon rolls for us, some good breakfast. She always had snacks. And just like with my grandma, we was always thoroughly entertained. And that was just my auntie. She loved her family. She was going to make sure we were straight. This has been a very shocking experience, but I know that they're together with my grandfather again. And I know they're in a better place. And I love them with all my heart. Assalamu alaikum.
I just wanted to share one thing. This is really quick. When I moved to Pennsylvania, my grandma used to call me, and even my brother when he moved to San Diego. You know, when you grow up and you start going your different directions, and you know your family's really proud of you, but you just disperse. She would call me and she would leave voicemails. And the other day I was just reminiscing. I was going back and listening to my grandma's voice messages, and she would just call and check on me. And I just wanted to tell my family, I know that we are very close-knit and we put family first. Continue to do that. Continue to check on your loved ones. When God puts it on your heart to check on someone, to do that. that. It's not by coincidence that you think about somebody, or it's not by coincidence that you say, oh, let me call this person or let me text this person, because you never know what someone is going through. And I love my grandma for doing that. She would call and check on me. Even when my granddad was sick, she would still say, Anna, I love you. Even when I know she didn't want to talk on the phone for hours like we used to, she would still call me for 5 minutes, and that was enough. And I knew that they loved me, and I loved them. And I love my Aneesah. My last conversation with her was actually last Thursday, and she sent me a picture. My auntie was just so funny. She sent me a picture because I'm in Pennsylvania, and it was of Middlewest chips. And if you're from Pennsylvania, then you know those chips are good. And she sent me a picture, and she said, chips, chips, chips. And I said, okay, auntie, I might be able to mail y'all some. I'll see what I can do. And she said, no, you just bring some when you come back through. And that was our last conversation. I didn't know that I would be coming home on these terms. But I just wanted to leave that with you all. Just check on your loved ones. Call them, text them, no matter what it is. Pop up on them if you need to. Because that's what my family does, and that's what my grandma did for me. And so I just hold on to that. Now I'm going to hand the mic over to my little cousins, my grandparents' great-grandchildren.
Okay, I will be doing Aneesah, and she'll be doing great grandma. Aneesah always used to try to steal our toys. And she used to always call me doll baby, different names. And one day when I had a bad accident I was bleeding out. Not bleeding out, but I was bleeding at her house. And she let me use her first aid kit. And she was a very good person. And your turn.
Okay. So, great grandma was heartwarming. She was so kind. She always had a smile on her face. And she had a bunch of candy in her room. A bunch. The Jolly Ranchers. And she would always care. It's sad, but I know she's in heaven along with Aneesah. Okay, that's all.
Bye.
I know I keep talking, but I just wanted to say thank you for everybody that came out. Okay. My mom's friends, Little, much appreciated. Lavette, too, I love you. Aunt Rochelle, thank you. Your husband, thank you. Aunt Judith, I love you. Grandma's sister, I love you too. Cousin Erica, I love you too. And I just wanted to say this. When we heard the news, we was in the room. When we heard all that, we didn't know what to think. Like, it was Aunt Kim, Kalita, Aunt Badia, Aunt Marie, Brother Maurice, Uncle Maurice, and it just, Raja too. All right. DeMarcus came, yeah, DeMarcus too. It was just like, you know, I just remember I texted my mom, I love you, please text back, please say something. And I just was like, this can't be right. Like, we were just sitting there, the police wouldn't tell us anything. I remember when we heard the news, you just heard a bunch of screaming. Like, my family just erupted because it's just like, we just lost grandfather. We just lost him. And I just remember, I was just like, please, just let me see my mom. I just want to see my mom. And I was upset, and I was just like, I know if it was me, my mom would make every effort to see me. If it was a reverse, so I just like, please just let me see her. Officer, I went in there first, and I just remember seeing my mom, and I don't know how I was just so strong. I was just like, I love you, Mom, and I said some kind words and thank her for everything. And I just remember once my child's mom got there, Messiah came up there, and I held Messiah and Miss Evans as well, and her husband. They got there, and I was just like, I want my son. I didn't know if it was right or not, but I wanted my son to see his grandma too. And I just remember telling Messiah, Grandma's in heaven. Grandma's in heaven. She loved you, and she would do anything for you. Give her right arm, for you. So I just want him to see his grandma. Just maybe I don't know if it was right, but I wanted him to see his grandma. Still hard, but that moment was tough. And losing my mom is gonna eat away every day, but it's no loss more than your mother. So, and my aunties, I thank you too. Y'all lost your mom and your sister, and I know it's tough, and I know how hard it is. We all going through it, and we gonna make sure we all got each other and keep our head up. Keep God first. Uncle Jimmy, I love you. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I have to sit here because my phone's on 1%, so it's trying to charge. But I wanted to thank people before they start to leave. So I'd like to thank my hubby for setting up the janazahs. He got on it and got the janazahs set up and had everything rolling as we were, just still in shock, but we knew we had to do this. I want to thank Sister Kalila and Sister Zainab for instructing us and helping us with the cleaning and shrouding my mother and my sister's body, which was very cleansing for us. And that was something that my mom wanted us to learn how to do anyway. And so, inshallah, the goal is for us to learn so we can help the community as people leave here, because it's a need. I'd like to thank Sister Teresa for doing these obituaries for us, these beautiful obituaries, and Brother Kwame for making all of the copies for us. And Brother Jerry and my husband again for purchasing the supplies and the food. Sister Amira and Queen for preparing and serving the food. Sister Bilkis and Queen for setting up the masjid, and all of those who will be standing behind to clean up. And the security at the masjid for keeping things running smoothly, and all of those who have helped in other ways. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all abundantly for your good deeds. And I want to thank each and every one of you all for being here and being here for us today like this. The love that we feel in this room, we really need it, and we appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here for us. We love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. This is real quick. I know everybody's ready to leave, but the outpouring of love that we've felt and people calling and just checking on us when this happened, we just want to thank each and every one of you guys. My family that came from out of town, my best friends Sandy, Sarita, and Tara, who are sitting there. You guys are my rock. I appreciate it. Pam, Aunt Crowlene, Aunt Joyce, we love y'all so much. Kareem, all of you guys, Uncle Doris, Aunt Mary, Margaret, and Aisha, all you guys came so far to see it. Walt, Kevin, Uncle Walt and Kevin, Tanea, Aunt Debbie, Terrell, Sasha, Kelly, Uncle Howie. I mean, I could just go. Our family is deep. You guys have meant all this. It's the reason why I said Pam. Right, Pam and Lamont, her son Lamont, their family too. Just it meant the world to have all you guys here. Aunt Lisa, I forgot my baby Aunt Lisa. I love her. Aunt Judy, Erica, George, just everybody. We just appreciate you guys. This meant so much, and it really helped us get through because this is a tough week. And I just appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I wanted to share something really with you guys real quick. So every Friday night we had family night at my mom's house. And this past Friday night I was there. I was massaging her leg and arm. And Aneesah happened to be off. And Aneesah came in and she said, Mom, you need to see the doctor about that. She said, you know, Shanetta shouldn't be massaging you. So Mom called me, I think it was Monday, and said, Nisa made me an appointment. She's going to take me Tuesday to see about my arm and thing. And then Mom called me and said, you know, Nisa's going to take me to the doctors, and I'll call you back and let you know what happened. And she never called me back. But even at the end, my sister was taking care of my mom. So just thank you. I want to thank you, Cousin Cheryl, just everybody that's here. I just want to appreciate you guys came long and far to just to do this for us, and we appreciate you guys. We love everyone. Thank you so much.
I also want to acknowledge my family members that came far and wide to get here. My stepdaughter over there, she came from New York to get here. I appreciate that. We appreciate you. The family that's here, my niece, Aneesah Sharon, she lives here, but she's here. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. My family, my first husband's family, my children's family, my sister-in-law Betty, my niece Kanikwa came from she came from Maryland. I mean, we really appreciate seeing all this family here. Our family traveled far and wide to get here, and we appreciate that because we only had, 3 days, and they're here, and it feels so good. And like I said, they're here, and this community showed up. We are really, really grateful, and we're really thankful, and we appreciate each and every one of y'all. And that, you know, the people that are here in this community have always showed up for us, and we appreciate and love y'all. And I know that my mom and dad were the matriarch and patriarch of this community, but we're going to still be around because that's what they wanted. So we're going to be here, and we're going to continue working and loving our sisters and brothers like we do. And right now this is tough for us, but this has been a beautiful day, and right now we're feeling really, really good, and we just appreciate everyone. We appreciate everyone. I know it's getting late, but if anybody else has anything, any friends or imams or anybody that wants to say anything, please feel free. I know it's been a long day. So I'm like.
So my name is Sister Alana, and I came to Islam through this community, and I had a horrible car accident, and they had told me I was never going to walk again. I was paralyzed from the waist down, and my mother, it was hard for her to accept that I had accepted Islam, and so she was having a hard time, and they all came to the hospital, and my mom. Yeah, she just wasn't good. And at the time, because we grew up and we're from New York, but we have Southern roots, so all she knew was she thought that we was devil worshippers, and it was just horrible. She was everything they was bringing into the room, she was throwing out. But Sister Darlene and Imam Khalil, they kept talking to her and consoling her, and Khalida and Kim, and I mean the whole community. And my mother then was able to start coming around. So whenever she would come up, she would come by, and they made her feel so welcome. And it brought me and my mother back together, and now we tight. And she started coming, and they have loved us since. So after that, I told Sister Kim and Sister Khalida, I said, well, your parents are my parents now. So I've known them now for my daughter's entire life. She's 11, and I just want y'all to know that your parents have helped me, and in every way in growth, in etiquettes. Your mother, just in every way. And I happened to stop in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. My nephew lives there, and I said, I gotta make it to the masjid. I gotta make it. He said, okay, Auntie, go down here and make a left. And I got there. I said, no, I can't go in that masjid. So he said, no, make another left. And I made another left, and I went into the masjid. And when I came out, the people were like, Sister, where are you from? I said, I live in Charlotte. They said, you know Sister Darlene? I said, yeah, she's my imam's wife. They said, you know Khalil? And after that, they said, we went to elementary with them. And they started coming out. It was all these people. And they was, oh, she go to Khalil match then. She know Darlene. And they started calling me. And they have been calling me ever since your father. I started sending them pictures of these different people. I didn't know who I was sending them. But, I know they was like, what are these pictures of? But that's just the reputation that they had. Their reputation preceded them. They married the couple, Brother Lawrence Muhammad from, he told me to tell you, they've been calling me, but the whole high school and elementary have been calling me because they thought I was either a fair. I said, no, they just like my parents. So I wanted to let you know that your parents' reputation precedes them, and they have kept people, and they married me, and they have married so many people, and we know them from being those type of people. And I'm just happy to have met a family like your family, and your father and mother showed us what marriage was, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. So I thank you for sharing your loved ones with me, and if it's anything that we can do, let me know. Assalamu alaikum.
Anyone else? Friends, family, imams, anybody?
I wasn't going to say anything. I met Darlene and Khalil, I think when my baby was a baby in I'll just say 1984. I got married to Ahmed Saifullah in 81. And he took me to Harrisburg to meet Darlene and Khalil. And back then, Darlene used to call Khalil in the house Vertus. And he called her Annette. And I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian. I married my husband. He was Muslim. But I went to their Khalil and them's house, and they were so kind and so loving. From the day that I met Darlene and Khalil, it was like we were family from day one. They never treated me any different other than family. And I lived in a city that there were people that said they were Muslims, and they didn't do what I was shown by your parents, and I watched them over the years and stuff. And so when you all left, I was just getting comfortable with them being in Harrisburg, and all of a sudden, Khalil decides he's going to get a job in Charlotte. So that was my key to come down south, and so we used to travel down here over in the summer and everything, and came down. And at one point, my husband wanted to find a job, and he didn't find anything right away, but I came down, and Khalil and Darlene opened up their house and allowed me to live with them. I stayed, and me and Khalil, we always joked because he liked chicken. And he ate a whole chicken by himself. Darlene cooked 3 chickens, and one of them was for him, and the rest of them was for the family. And then he'd sit there. I said, brother, you ate the whole chicken. He said, no, I didn't. I only had 1 piece. I said, your 1 piece was like a half a chicken. So we used to go back and forth and stuff, but he was such a good person. Darlene was such a good person and just a loving person. It was like when I came home to their house, that was my house too. And when Sharia and them were young, I ended up taking Sharia, and she stayed with me and stuff. It was just a loving family, and I was so excited that I just moved down here to Aiken, South Carolina, because my first husband passed away, and I got remarried a couple years ago, and I said, I'm close. Now I can come and see Darlene. I'm only 2.5 hours away, and I can come see her. And then, Khalil departed from us, and now this. And but these 6 girls that are left, you guys are my nieces. I don't care what anybody says. You are my nieces. I'm close. I'm not 8 hours away. I'm not 14 hours away. I'm 2.5 hours away. And if you need me, you call me. I'm coming. I'm coming. Elijah, I'm coming. If you need me, call me. Seriously, I'm coming. And I was on my way to Pennsylvania yesterday, and my goal was before all this, I was stopping by to bring, guess what? The Middleworth chips. But I was doing that, but I had to come. But I love you guys, and like I said, if you need me, I'm just phone call away, midnight hours. I don't care what time it is, you call me. I love yous.
Anyone else? I know it's been a long day. I want to shout out to a friend of mine. She used to live here in Charlotte, Sister Deborah here, and I know a lot of you probably remember Deborah, but Deborah we hadn't been in touch like we try to be. Deborah and I have birthdays that are a day apart, so if we don't get in touch with each other during the year, we at least call and say happy birthday or text and say happy birthday. But anyway, she came down, I want to say a couple of weeks ago after my father passed, and we took pictures, and we hung out. It was me, her, my mom, and Khalida. And my mom always treated Deborah like she was another daughter. And so she is here today. I know she came down for me when my first husband died. She came down and she stayed with me. And all I saw was on the phone when I looked, she said, I'm coming. So I appreciate her. We were going to make a trip. My mom was excited about going to see her, but we still going to make that trip even though she's not here because she wouldn't want me to make it. But Deborah used to be a part of this community. It was way back in, our kids are grown now, but we had little babies when she was here. So, I'm just grateful for all of you all who have come far and wide, and I just wanted to acknowledge that she is here, and we appreciate you. And like I said, all of you that travel near and far, we are so appreciative. It just makes our hearts feel better. And we know that this is a process, but it makes our hearts feel better because this has been the hardest thing that we've ever been through, and losing our mom and our sister at one time. This is hard, but we have been able to lean on each other because that's what my mother and father told us. My mom, she was prepared. She is probably one of the most organized women I know. She was prepared, and she told us. She said, if something happens to me, she said, I don't want y'all fighting over everything. Y'all love each other. Y'all help each other. I want you to promise me. And this was a couple of weeks ago that she said that. So I think she just had a knowing. It was just something. And I know when I wrote her obituary. So it was like certain little pieces. I had to call a few people because I had done her one, and you know how you do something, you put it away, or you use one of them what are they called, jump drives and stuff. I had no idea where it was, and I was filling in the blanks. I called my Aunt Judy who helped me with the school stuff, and my sister happened to be in the room, and she found something my other sister typed up. My mother had everything I needed to go on that obituary ready, and I just appreciate that. I said, that's her looking out. She knew that I was trying to get it right, and there it was. As we had looked, I was like, we need it. My sister kept saying, I said, please, I need that. There's little missing pieces here. But, it worked out, and alhamdulillah, the obituary came out good, and we found what we needed. She just was a planner. And I appreciate that about her. I have some of that. I have a lot of that. I'm getting better. Sometimes it's a little rough, and I have a long day after work. I want to just go home, go sleep. I know I'm supposed to be doing this and that and the other. But my mother taught us, and she taught us well what to do. So I'm grateful to have had her, my beautiful, beautiful, loving, giving sister, for the time that we had them. I tell you, it's so weird because I was just thinking how blessed we were and that we had all this time, all of us were here. We lost our dad, but we still had each other, and we had our little mommy and all 7 of us. And I was thinking, it was weird because I was praying and I said, we haven't had any major accidents where anybody got hurt, and here the next day that happens. I said, wow. But we plan and God plans, and God is the best of planners. This is traumatic for us. We know it was their time to die. This is super, super traumatic. And we're going to be going through it for a while, but thank you so much for lifting us up in prayers in your presence. We appreciate it. Anybody else? And we're going to wrap it up. Erica. This is my cousin Erica. This is my mama's Ricky. This is my Aunt Judy's daughter, and Erica and I are close in age. Actually, we're first cousins. The first of my grandma's grandchildren. So we're first cousins, and this is my mama's Ricky. She used to stay with us.
Absolutely. She is so right. And it's so funny because I was saying, this, I keep telling everybody, this is just a bad nightmare. And then I'm going to open my eyes and I'm going to hear my aunt say, hey, Ricky, because that's what she called me. Praise the Lord. So I'm just grateful, but I just want to say I thank God for my mom, her oldest sister, and all her sisters were here today. I don't know if y'all know, but they were here. Some of them had to leave, but I just want to say one thing because I could go on and on about my aunt and my uncle and my cousin, but I'm not because it's been a long day and a long month and a half, like Carl said. But I will say this: if they taught me anything, and so many people said everything, so many things about them, and I am so grateful to them, even with the marriage thing. I've been married for 37 years. They were at my wedding. As a matter of fact, Raja was my flower girl. She was like 7 years old, so don't let the brains and the squeaky voice fool you. Like Kim said, we're 56, and I always knew how long her parents had been married because me and Kim was the same age. We was 56. Our moms were pregnant together, and she said that we're close in age, but really, we were due the same month, but she came early. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So she was the first grandchild. But I will say this. In my faith, Jesus told his disciples that the only way that people know you're my disciples is the love that you have one for another. My aunt, my uncle, and my cousin showed that love. And so, like Ayana said, we got to keep it going. Love on one another. That's all I wanted to say. God bless you.
All right, Ricky. Thank you, cuz. All right, anybody else? I know it's been a long day. Okay, if not, where'd my husband go? Carl, you can come close us out, please. Because Maurice, I don't know where he is. Whew. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to close this out with Al-Fatiha. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Rahman-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. Thank you all for coming.